In journalism, we tend to cover what happened today. It's what's new and what's changed. Because of that, we tend to miss things that happen, I don't know, every day. The everyday struggles and hardships, and at times the everyday crimes. And they can be brutal crimes. Local law enforcement agencies confirm human trafficking is a crime happening right here in the Treasure Valley. Idaho Senator Jim Risch introduced legislation to help victims of these crimes. The Human Trafficking Prevention Act passed the legislature, passed Congress, I should say, with bipartisan support. And the president's signature is all that's required for the National Human Trafficking Crisis Hotline to be posted in all federal buildings, airports, transportation hubs, buses, trains, airplanes. You get the idea. It's to show the victims of this crime there is help out there. And Idahoans say this could go a long way right here at home. Here's Andrew Bartline.
The signs are hard to spot for what's often a faceless crime. But human trafficking has its footprint right here at home in Idaho.
We were told by a lieutenant who's handling a lot of these cases that there is human trafficking in every motel and hotel in the Treasure Valley.
And this isn't new.
I do believe it.
Canyon County Sheriff Kieran Donahue says human trafficking is often a vehicle to stimulate other criminal activity and industry.
A lot of the prostitution that we're seeing is human trafficking related. These people are forced into doing prostitution.
And the victims are often stuck with nowhere to turn.
So you want to get out. Go. How are you going to get there? Who are you going to call? What are you going to use for money? And what? Don't forget the threats.
It's a catch-22 Idaho Senator Jim Risch is looking to squash after introducing the Human Trafficking Prevention Act. The bill passed the legislature with bipartisan support. Now, the president's signature would require the National Human Trafficking Hotline to be posted on all planes, buses, trains, as well as airports, bus stations, and rail stations.
It is critical.
Jennifer Zielinski is the executive director of the Idaho Anti-Trafficking Coalition. She says identifying the victims of this crime is complicated.
It's not bulletproof. Oftentimes it would warrant thorough investigations, really looking into those vulnerabilities, so such as someone who is homeless or houseless and in need of shelter or crisis care.
And that list goes on. So Zielinski often relies on people to give her a call, and people are calling.
We've serviced just under about 250 individuals this past year. So within a 12-month period.
And that only accounts for known human trafficking survivors in the Treasure Valley alone.
That number is high.
What people don't understand, the nature of the enemy that controls this.
Zielinski has seen newborns to 11-year-olds to people more than 60 years old. Her organization helps answer those questions on how they can leave.
That would include all crisis, direct care, services supports, and then access to the appropriate mental health, any type of health care, any type of resources.
And that national hotline resource that Senator Risch and company aim to post across all public transportation, it's funneled directly to people who can help.
If someone were to contact them and was in need of assistance in Idaho, they would be able to connect and link directly to us, and they've done so. We've been really successful in partnering with them.
All to spot the faces in need to stop human trafficking in its tracks.
That's a game changer for these people. Believe me, if you're out there at a truck stop or you're downtown on a bus and you see these numbers, don't think they're not going to take those numbers down, because they will.
The coalition, specifically here in Idaho, has received 2,000 calls the past 2 years. That's exactly how long that hotline has been up, at least locally. Now, this law would require the national hotline to be posted in public transportation areas. But in 2015, there was a state law that allowed nonprofits to set up posters in certain public areas. There's actually a poster they're working on right now, Brian, that we can show you. This is what we have locally right now. I'm going to do my best here to throw it up, but it's double-sided. There's English and Spanish on it. And this is an example of what you might see somewhere.
Okay, make the call, save lives, has a number on there, 1-888 number, and pretty much, or even a
QR code.
QR code
That's
that you
point
can
two.
use.
It's a text line, it's a call line, it could be in a bathroom, at a bus station or an airport, something like that.
Right, yeah, and as you said, both in English and in Spanish. So I guess we should start looking for those around some of the areas, some of the locations that you
We
mentioned.
should see this exact one locally is what we should expect. What goes on elsewhere would be different. That national line might be different in some federal buildings, but locally we could expect to see something exactly like that.
Excellent. All right, we'll look for those. So thank you very much, Andrew.